Herzlich willkommen auf 2000.
Welcome to 2,176 meters above sea level, live from the middle station of the Geislachkogel gondola in Sölden, and the atmosphere is amazing, isn't it?
Das kam packend rüber. Ja, es
Yes, it is. Must be. Well, it's great to be able to moderate this event because there's so much energy around on the slope at the middle station.
Da ging es schon richtig.
Some of you will know that a James Bond movie was filmed on the mountain here. That was exciting, but our event here will be even more exciting, I'm sure. Well, this used to be an internal event, and there are very many people from Kessborough here who are watching this. They're all a big family and want to experience this together, I guess. So we have a worldwide live broadcast, and I would like to welcome everybody who's joining us online
Ja, out to all the
in our live stream, and to all the English-speaking people out there.
So if you want to
We're also broadcasting the stream in English, so switch to the English language stream.
listen and follow
And
us.
don't miss a thing. Listen and follow us in whichever way you like. Ladies and gentlemen,
Grenzen verschieben.
well, we are going to push boundaries today. I think this is fair to say. Yes, we will demonstrate strength and efficiency, and we will, of course, also talk about sustainability very intensively and in very great detail. So I'm very happy to be able to welcome my two guests here.
Wenn ich das jetzt hier an der
It feels as if there was an audience of 70,000 people here, actually.
rechten Seite
Now, on my left or right, rather, Michael Kuhn, Vice President and Head of Vehicle Development. Hi, everybody. And Alexander Dame, Vice President and Head of Sales.
ja,
Hi.
heute dreht sich alles um das
Well, everything is revolving about the know-how
Wir werden ihn auch gleich.
that Kessborough invested in the Piston Bully 800, and you will see it live in a moment. But Alex, my question, how high is your adrenaline level just now? Well, on a scale of 0 to 10, it's around 12, I would say. Well, you're not the only one,
Diesen Tag
let me tell you. Well, Michael, you've been eagerly awaiting this event for months now. What's it like for you? Well, it has been intensive weeks of preparation, and I was really looking forward to today, to this event here, and I'm very happy to be able to present this machine to our whole family and the community out there. I too am excited, so though I had a test drive last night even.
jetzt für mich der Pisten.
Alex, the motto of this event was simply read. Well, for me, this means the 800 is the piston bully. Is that fair to say? Yes, absolutely. Simply Red is our premium machine.
Ganz klar,
Well, what's behind it? It's Simply Red.
neues Fahrzeug in
We developed a new vehicle with a lot of know-how and passion.
Jahren mit einfließen.
A vehicle that combines the experience of recent years with state-of-the-art innovation. We made the machine fit for the future to provide perfect slopes as our overarching goal. Well, what does it mean, pushing the boundaries? I mean, perfect slopes, yes, but pushing the boundaries?
Präparation.
Well, there have been limits to slope grooming quality and especially to moving snow.
Pistenbully 800.
Now, the new Piston Bully 800 pushes these boundaries to the next level. So this is a new era of moving snow and grooming slopes. Well, let me ask your colleague
Steigfähigkeit sind
about the key features, climbing ability, thrust, and smooth and quiet operation. Yes, and we have all this in abundance: thrust, climbing ability, and engine power. This machine is the strongest motor or engine in the market, 15.3 liters of displacement, and for the first time, a fifth axle. 5 axles and agility. Well, this is your claim, and this is what the drivers want. How do they go together? Well, you're right. This is difficult. 5 axles provide good tracking, provide good climbing ability, but does not necessarily provide great agility and maneuverability. Well, this fifth axle helps weight distribution and is well coordinated, so we've been able to combine it all. And you have a patent there too. Yes, we do. Well, thrust and engine power, the torque is important too, of course. How does this compare to other models in your product range? Where does the Piston Bully 800 come in? Well, if you compare the 800 with others, the 800 can move 1/3 more snow in the same time than any other machine in the market. 1/3 more snow, this gives you more efficiency and you can achieve more in less time and more easily. And as for cubic meters per snow moved, you will even use less fuel. Well, these are exciting features, exciting aspects. Yes, you're welcome to applaud. I mean, we do have time for that, even if the whole show takes us longer in the end. But let's come back to Simply Red. Why not say simply efficient, or maybe this is another of your slogans? Well, simply efficient, yes, we do. Well, you push specific amounts of snow, but use less fuel. Simply Red is our theme. The sum total of our experience in snow groomer development is combined with new technology, and that is what we mean when we say Simply Red. I think this too deserves a big round of applause. Well, let's talk a little about sustainability. Are you ready to go there? Oh, absolutely. The engine is HVO ready, but we'll come back to that later. And I'd like to mention that it's also ready for the hydrogen reciprocating engine. We'll talk some more about that later. But the big moment is immediately ahead. Now, we've shown you some impressions of the area during the countdown. 144 kilometers of slopes are groomed here every day, or night rather. So, let's talk to a person that is very important, our strong, efficient partner that will now join us live, applauded by thousands along the slopes, not a person, but the Piston Bully 800. We tested it yesterday, and I would not want you to miss out on these pictures. Marco is our TikTok influencer, and I was driving with him. He picked me up at the top, and we would now like to give you a few impressions of the descent yesterday and the live appearance of the Piston Bully here. Can we have the video, please?
Da ist er.
Here it is.
Und da kommt auch unser Fahrer Marco, ein Riesen.
And here comes our driver, Marco. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Marco Kuprian.
Marco Kuprian is joining us here.
Komm vielleicht kurz zu mir. Erstmal, ja, du hast den
Right.
für dich schon gehört.
You've heard the applause? Yes, thank you for that.
Wo die sich gemeldet hat und gesagt
Now, what did you first think of when Piston Bully approached you about the launch of the 800? Well, that was absolutely obvious and natural for me to join you for this launch. I mean, when Piston Bully asks you to be part of a presentation, I mean, who would say no?
als du das erste Mal in die Kabine geklettert bist, wir hatten
Now, when you first climbed the driver's cab, and you took me along for a ride yesterday,
Spaß. Was war so das
I could actually feel how much fun you were having. What was your first emotion, first impression? Wow, you hear good sound again. And this big engine does have power, and you feel this immediately when you start the machine. And that's great fun for me as a driver. Now, how about the new seat? What's it like? What's the driver's cab like? Oh, the seat is so comfortable, I could spend hours there.
Wir sind gestern schon ein bisschen gecruised. Du hast mit dem
Well,
Joystick ordentlich gespielt.
as I said, you took me on a cruise yesterday and you were playing with this joystick a lot. How do you like it? Well, it's easier to handle than the old one. So there has been progress.
Liebe
Yes,
Grüße
certainly.
und ich bedanke mich bei dir, dass
Right.
du das gemacht hast. Und,
Thank you for joining us
dir, das ist deine
on behalf of Piston Bully. This is your applause, another 2 or 3 words?
Nochmal kurz bedanken.
Yes, I'd just like to thank you once again for giving me the honor of being your test driver during this presentation.
Danke.
Thanks a lot.
Tja, Alex, jetzt sind wir fast wie
Yes, Alex. I mean, we are almost
im Fahrerhaus und ich weiß mich.
petrified. Michael, I know you're very keen on getting into the driver's cab.
Ich weiß, es zieht dich nach hinten. Ja?
Yeah, you are irresistibly attracted by this driver's cab. I know it.
Ja, klar. Aber
Is that all right? Yes. Well, you did some work on the chassis, didn't you? I know that. You did some very intensive work on it, I know. Would you like to say 2 or 3 words? I mean, we've just heard from Marco how much fun it all is from him.
Skigebieten,
Well, we received input from the drivers, from the ski resorts, and this is, of course, very, very important. There was this demand for more thrust, climbing ability, and a little more power.
Auftrag entsprechend.
And this was our mandate, this was our mission. We set about developing a vehicle that does it all, and here it is. Well, one additional axle, let me ask again.
Liegt in der,
Why? Why this additional axle? Well, it's because of the contact area. This longer vehicle with one more axis gives us better grip, better traction on the snow,
Leistung vollbringen.
gives us more thrust and better climbing ability.
Spieler vorbereitet,
Well, we've prepared a little video for you,
wunderbar verfolgen können.
also for our guests in the streams.
Ja, wunderbar. Hier
Here
sieht
it is.
von der Seite.
Yeah, you can see the vehicle here from the side, and you can see the chassis very well with the individual axles.
Fläche.
Now, this longer contact area gives us more grip on snow, more climbing ability and thrust,
Was uns ungemein hilft.
a wider, better contact area that helps us provide even better slope grooming quality.
Das ist nett von dir.
Alex, you'll forgive me for joining your colleague on the other side, but you too deserve a round of applause, I guess. Thank you.
So, Michael.
Right, Michael, I was attracted to this cab
Am Arbeitsplatz, wo man sehr, sehr viel Zeit
as if by a magnet. Well, this is the driver's cab where drivers spend a lot of time, obviously. Well, you can see here that the driver takes center stage here. Drivers have everything at their fingertips, everything under control, good visibility, everything's in view, a great sense of space, plenty of room.
Den Joystick. Ich habe hier den
Let me pick out a few features. Here we have our intuitive joystick, then there's LED lighting,
wenn ich wirklich alles
23 light sources in all.
Es geht weiter über die
If everything's switched on, then there's optional air conditioning.
Platz für meinen
Ablage, sehe ich schon.
ja,
Yes.
Platz für meinen Rucksack.
And back here, there's room for my backpack, there's room for my jacket,
Die Beleuchtung und
there is dimmable ambient lighting,
Soundanlage mit
and an Alpine sound system with a subwoofer that you're sitting on just now. I'm sitting on the subwoofer. Oh, it feels great. Let me come back to the joystick. Marco really liked the joystick, like playing around with it. How did you develop it? There's a little story I can share with you. We sat down together with a couple of top drivers and asked them to describe the optimum joystick, actually to design it.
Optimal wäre kneten und ein erster
And we gave them some sticky material to work with, and that is how this joystick was developed in very close cooperation with the drivers who ultimately operate the machine. Well,
Wir bleiben straff.
big smile on your face. Still, I must leave you now. We've got exactly half an hour. And there's some applause for you too.
Ja, Alex, da bin ich zurück. Und
Right, Alex, I'm back
letztendlich
in front of all this concentrated power.
umsetzt in der Realität.
Now, how does this translate into reality? We've got Christoph Hofer somewhere here. Christoph, where are you? You sent us this little
Den
video
schauen wir uns jetzt mal an, denn das kann
that we're
richtig
going
Spaß
to show you now.
machen. Und du kommentierst vielleicht
It'll be
was.
great fun, and there will be a running commentary by
Schon
Alex.
erwähnt, das ist unser Motor.
Well, the centerpiece is, of course, our engine. Let me give you some facts. 6 cylinders, 15 liters displacement, 3,000 Newton meters torque,
Diesen kleinen Handy
and the thrust
beeindruckend ersichtlich
can be seen very well. It's really very impressive.
zu zeigen, was mit
Christoph, thanks so much for showing us what is possible with this machine. Well, pictures say more than words, as we all know.
Dank an Christoph, dass er spontan
Thank you so much, Christoph,
Video zur
for
Verfügung stellt.
spontaneously making available this video to us.
Steilhang. Magst du
But-
da mal kurz drauf eingehen?
Let's say a few words about steep slopes.
Steilhang ist natürlich die
Yes,
Motorleistung
well,
und
very steep terrain, and the engine power, the stroke displacement and thrust is decisive, and this is what the machine is designed for.
extrem seine Stärken aus.
So it is particularly strong in very steep terrain.
Kaum.
Michael?
Gerade in schneestarken Gebieten ist es ja
In very snowy ski resorts, one decisive factor is how much snow you can move. So alongside the engine, the shield is very important. How about the shield? Well, we've developed a new moving pushers shield, especially for this machine, our 5-meter all-way blade. That is 5 meters when retracted. When folded out, it's 5.90 meters now.
Schild am Markt. Und damit kannst du entsprechend
Big, and it is the biggest shield that's available on the market. That gives you a whole lot of efficiency.
die Temperaturen fallen hier, ja?
Right, the temperatures are dropping here. Spontaneous applause is getting scarcer and scarcer, but we're working on it. Well, this wide shield, yes.
Oh nee,
Well, I'm sure that the experts, the drivers that are watching now, are saying, wow, they've changed it all, but the old piston bully was good as it was. Now, we've left all the good things intact, like the stronger snow shield with the integral snow gun mount, the kinematics, that is tried and tested.
Hydraulik und alles
The
verstanden.
hydraulics, the steel elements have also been reinforced for the 800.
auch jetzt welche.
Well, the piston bully has a lot of fans, not necessarily only pros, but people who love the brand, who love the machines. But let me put the finger on the wound now. We said we'd be talking about sustainability. Is this the right vehicle and the right engine for our day and age? Well,
Zeitersparnis
absolutely.
auch ins Verhältnis setzt.
You can save fuel and you save time, and this makes the Piston Bully 800 a really smart saver. Yes,
Ich bleib dran, Alex. Ich bleib dran.
yes, I'm staying on the ball, Alex. To come back to sustainability.
So einfach, logischerweise.
Well, in these conditions, not so easy. Temperatures are very low.
Hier oben auch.
The work has to be done at night. Then there's the logistics issue up here. How do you go about it all? Well, everything has to go together.
Dass
One feature of this engine is that it complies with EU emissions stage 5 and it is HVO ready. What does HVO ready mean? Can you help me there? Yes, of course. HVO is a synthetically produced diesel fuel from renewable waste materials.
Der Diesel hat die gleiche
So it's emission-free. Well, diesel
normaler Diesel, hat aber noch
or HVO diesel has the same chemical composition as ordinary diesel, but it's more low temperature resistant. The engine is quieter, and you don't have to retrofit anything about the infrastructure in the ski resort. So you fill the machine up with HVO and off you go. Well, where can I get HVO? Well, in Germany, Austria, and Scandinavia, it is quite easy to obtain, and in the other countries, a lot is happening in this regard.
Kann ich damit einsparen?
Well, how much CO2 can actually be saved?
für HVO
This is, of course, a huge aspect in favor of HVO. You can save up to 90% emissions by using HVO fuel.
Biohydrauliköl.
I know you also use biohydraulic oil, yes,
Öl eingefüllt.
Und
HVO and biohydraulic oil.
aller Munde Wasserstoff.
One buzzword I would like to mention, hydrogen.
Ganz genau.
What's your attitude there? Well, we are following closely what's happening in the field, so it's on our radar. And Michael here is an expert who can explain the hydrogen reciprocating engine. So you're very much open for technology
Also
with a view to the future. Michael, how do you approach the hydrogen topic? What's your attitude? Well, our engine partner, MAN, is developing a hydrogen reciprocating engine based on a D38 in the Piston Bully 800.
Passt ins Package.
The size is identical to this engine here, so it fits the vehicle. And the Piston Bully 800 gives us a lot of loading
Und das Coole ist,
room for the hydrogen tanks. And what's even cooler about it, you will see this hydrogen engine at the Interalpine Trade Fair.
ready.
Right.
Mit Simply Red würde ich da fast
So ready with Simply Red, I would say. We've prepared a short video we'd like to show you. It's the diesel engine
wie der Wasserstoffmotor. Richtig?
ganz genau.
with the same components as the hydrogen engine. Yet it's the six-cylinder series engine.
Diesel, wir werden bei gleichen äußeren Abmessungen werden wir
Same stroke, given the same dimensions, we will have even slightly more displacement with our hydrogen motor to provide the same torque.
noch manches davon sehen können.
So you will be able to see a lot of innovation. Well, the MAN hydrogen motor engine will be shown at the trade fair. Now, what is Casbora solution? Well, this is only one option.
Deckend verfügbar ist.
One thing is that green hydrogen isn't available anywhere, everywhere at present, so it'll take a while, but once the market is ready, the vehicle will be ready too. So this is a very pragmatic approach based on what is realistic, what is possible just now. So you have a wide range of options in the pipeline or already available. Excellent.
Jetzt haben wir sehr viel über Technologie.
Well, we've been talking a lot about open technology and viability for the future.
Fahrzeug, ein topmodernes Fahrzeug, zukunftsfähiges Fahrzeug ist natürlich essentiell.
Well, this viable vehicle, ready for the future, is of course very important, but there are other topics and aspects to promote sustainability. We have our SnowSat solutions. These are digital solutions. Talking about SnowSat, maybe this is an ideal opportunity for looking into your snow world that is accessible from your website.
Und es wäre toll, wenn du ein bisschen
So
kommentieren würdest.
let's take a look and maybe we can have a commentary for you. Yes, all our solutions are interconnected, are networked.
Wir haben zum einen
As you can see here,
Casbora Snow World natürlich die Fahrzeuge,
within the Casbora Snow World, we do have our vehicles, but also the SnowSat digital tools, the training offerings from Pro Academy, and another central aspect, our services.
sehr wichtig, dass die Fahrzeuge
As for the Pro Academy, it is very important for us that our drivers should be well trained and our vehicles should be well maintained. Yes, you talked about SnowSat, and we can see all the other logos here.
Und ich glaube, wir springen mal jetzt gleich da.
SnowSat is very interesting in connection with LiDAR.
Richtung leider jetzt auch ein paar
So
Schiffskompressionen.
let's see what kind of impressions we can get here
Dass ihr nachvollziehen könnt. Das
in this regard.
Ja,
Yes, here we are.
unsere Schneetiefenmessung
SnowSat comprising our snow depth measurement below, underneath the vehicle or the shield.
vor dem Fahrzeug.
SnowSat and LiDAR revolutionizes snow depth measurement in front of the vehicle, up to 15 meters in front. So we measure snow depth there for more efficiency, for pushing and unloading or depositing the snow where it should go. Very exciting, yes, and Marco demonstrated this to me last night.
Unbedingt, das ist ein weiter
He's mentioned bad weather, foggy conditions, where SnowSat is also very useful. Yes, SnowSat is very useful for cornering and for dangerous spots on the slopes, giving the drivers a lot of support and more safety. Well, I wanted to take over the driver's seat, but Marco wouldn't let me. Maybe today, yes,
vom Service gesprochen hast, gesehen, da ist ein
today for sure.
passt ein
Talking about services, you also run a fan shop. Where does the fan shop come in? Well, Caspor and Bistenbully has a very special relationship with our customers. We had our 50th anniversary a couple of years ago under the motto of 50 years of friendship. So we don't have business relationships, we have friendships and partnerships with our customers.
sagt. Habt ihr mal daran gedacht? Vielleicht könnte man
Yes, so you do want feedback and input from the drivers. You actually ask for it. Yes, absolutely, because after all, we don't build the vehicles for ourselves, but for our customers and for the drivers.
so viel Zeit muss sein.
Thank you. Another round of applause. There's always time for that.
Und vielleicht auch Alex, je nachdem.
Michael and maybe Alex,
Der Pistenbully 800.
depending on who wants to answer the question, are there more highlights to the Piston Bully 800? Oh, yes, absolutely. I should mention the 4.6-ton winch with active winch control. What does this mean, an active winch? It means that you have automatic control of the winch on the slope.
Kannst mit dieser Maschine
The winch supports you
die man mit einer
during steering, so the winch allows you to groom slopes that no other machine on the market can even tackle.
Stichwort Ast.
Well, we could talk about this for hours, but just a few words about assistance systems.
mäßig an Bord.
Assistance systems are standard on board. We have our auto tracer,
Den Slope Tracer, bei dem
automatic controlled, and there's the slope tracer that adapts the milling depth to the contour of the terrain for uniform, even milling depth. And we have auto winch feature with automatic control of the tractive force on the winch.
ganz wichtiger Punkt.
Well, the 800 is not just a thrust, a pushing machine. No, of course not. It's also an excellent slope groomer, snow groomer with our AF miller or tiller
Ist ja auch keine Wünsche.
and with all the other convenient features. So it leaves nothing to be desired. Well, Piston Bully really has a magnetic effect. I mean, the ski lifts are no longer running, but there are so many people around watching our events, as you can hear, I hope.
Also wer es schafft, 5 Achsen und Agilität
Right.
zu verbinden, der schafft auch das.
People who manage to combine 5 axles and agility can also manage to attract an audience of 5,000. It's fantastic. But I'm sorry to say that we are getting to the end of our event.
Haben wir noch ein paar, die wir gerne zu uns hier, ich nenne es mal
But before
Schneebühne,
we close,
wollen. Das ist der Christoph
there are a number of people that we would like to join us on stage. Christoph Hofer is one of them.
und hier aus Sölden.
And from Sölden, Teresa Strein and Emanuel Kofler. Where are you?
So, wir machen mal die Runde ein bisschen auf.
Right.
Christoph, fantastisch, dass
Christoph,
du das gemacht hast. Ne? Hier noch mal kurz.
you made a fantastic video with your mobile phone. You really loved it. Oh, it's a cool machine for moving snow. absolutely.
Jetzt ist es so, du hast noch eine Besonderheit, denn die Maschine, die du da fährst,
Well, Christoph, there's something special because you're driving a special machine, very special machine. Would you like to tell us why?
Die erste.
ja,
Ich habe die erste von meinem
Be-
Chef bekommen.
Because I got the very first one from my boss
sensationell.
who bought the machine. Oh, well, that's sensational.
Videos raus, ne?
Christoph, one request. Keep sending us mobile phone videos, okay?
Genau. Ja, und dann haben wir noch zwei
We like that.
von euch aus gesehen auf der linken Seite,
So,
die
on
zu uns gekommen
your left, another two people from Selden who are joining us live on the stage and who've given us a lot of support. Who would like to say a few words first? Well, Alex, an event of this kind wouldn't be possible without a great partner. So a very big thank you to the Selden cable car operators, to both of you for giving us so much help and support. This is worth a big round of applause and is yet another testimony of a great partnership that helps us achieve great things.
Ja, ich darf vielleicht noch ergänzen.
Thank you so much.
Hier auch ein ganz
Christoph, another word.
für die enge
Another thank you
für die
to you for supporting us, for helping us develop the vehicle, for giving us so much constructive criticism. This has really brought us forward. And I would also like to thank everybody in the ski resorts who've given us all their support in developing this machine. Last but not least, let me thank the entire team up here on the mountain. You've all contributed to developing and launching this machine, and my thanks are due to you for that.
Du machst hier die Werkstatt.
Manuel, you're in charge of the workshops here.
Ich
Yes, that's right.
Du merkst ja, es ist schon ein bisschen
For a moment, I forgot to hand you the microphone because my hands are freezing up.
dein Team. Ihr seid
But let me ask you and your team, you are all enthusiastic drivers of piston bullies? Yes, otherwise we wouldn't be here.
Wie ist das so im Dialog mit Kisbohrer?
Now, what's talking to Kessbohrer piston bully like? What's the dialogue like? Oh, it's very good.
Das ist schon
We've been cooperating with Kessbohrer for many years now. I wouldn't should call it just a partnership, it's more of a friendship. We get so much help from them, and of course we also give them all our support. Teresa,
es ist,
may I stand between the two of you? I know you gave up your place very reluctantly. Teresa, so many guys, what's it like for you? Why, it's perfectly simple and easy to work with them. Do you remember when the first Piston Bully 800 arrived here? How did the guys react? Well, this is when big guys turn into small boys who are as pleased as punch with their latest toy.
ja, bitte. Ich habe einen schönen Vorschlag dafür noch.
Right.
Und Emanuel, du magst mir verzeihen, weil du bist
Emmanuel,
beschäftigt. Aber Theresa,
I mean,
hast du Lust mit?
you're here all the time, but Teresa, would you like to join me for a drive in the Piston Bully for the grand finale?
An dieser Stelle dann
Absolutely.
Dank hier.
So,
Gäste vor Ort natürlich
let me take this opportunity to thank everybody on location and everybody on the live stream.
das Beiwerk.
I would also like to thank the experts here
Ein riesen
from Kissbohrer, from Piston Bully, and Christoph, our test driver. So let's close this event with a big round of applause.
Abend und natürlich auch
This is it for the Piston Bully 800 launch, and see you again at the Interalpine. Bye bye.